and welcome to another indie game review here for the Sanitarium.FM. I am your reviewer, the predicted Cyborg, hoping that you're all doing well today. So we have another game up for review, and today it is Hive Jump. This is a sci-fi platformer with some run-and-gun elements, some procedurally generated stuff and roguelike elements as well, and has been made for 1 to 4 players with both local and online multiplayer, cooperative, and was published and developed by the same studio, that being Graphite Labs. So what is Hive Jump? Hive Jump, as I say, action platformer for 1 to 4 players. There is a campaign mode, there are challenges, and there is an arcade mode. Basically what you do, you play the role of technically a whole army of Space Marines going into an alien insect hive to eliminate and exterminate these bugs. This is done by going in there with your gun and by basically shooting anything that comes towards you, anything that moves. The game has some customization options. When you are about to set off, you can customize your soldier's colour, the insignia that they have above their head, and how they appear. Of course, at first, all but the first soldier are locked because you need to complete certain tasks, and this game was also crowdfunded, so there is actually one that is crowdfunded specific. So once you get in, you can then customize your weapon setup. You have your main gun, which can shoot certain type of bullets. You start off with plasma rounds. You have grenades that you can upgrade in certain ways, and you also have something else that you can equip. You start off with a telefrag, which basically means every single time you respawn, you cause an explosion. Now, as you go along, you can actually upgrade these abilities. The footage you're seeing at the moment is me playing with a slightly upgraded character that I had already played over 2 hours worth of gameplay with, which is why my character is able to shoot through walls. Technically, usually you have to use your grenades to get through the fragile walls, but I've upgraded my gun so much that I can actually shoot through it. Just a little tip there for those of you who are picking up this game and trying it and wondering why you can't also shoot through walls. It's an upgrade. You need to upgrade your plasma bullets all the way to be able to do what I'm doing there. So, along the hive, you will find certain type of spawning insect enemies. You've got some really big ones that leap at you with claws and claw at you. You have some that shoot off like little acid green laser bullets. You have almost like suicide flies that come at you with a big sack of what I can only assume is poison and will explode on you. And so on and so forth. Throughout the hive you will find different little spawners that will respawn certain type of enemy, and you're well advised to target them and destroy them as soon as possible to save you dealing with loads of enemies. Now every single time you blow up an enemy or a spawner or any of the weird pustules that you can sort of see dotted around, you will pick up goo. This alien goo is then used later on to upgrade your abilities. As I say, you can upgrade your gun, you can upgrade your grenades, and you can upgrade your third weapon. The setup I have, fully upgraded plasma, sticky grenades, and a regenerating shield that will absorb some of the blows for me. This is the setup I play with. As I say, this is slightly upgraded, so don't expect to be doing what I'm doing in this footage straight away, but with a little bit of upgrade, you'll be able to get there. It doesn't really cost that much, and to be quite honest, it might not work for you. Go for whatever setup takes your fancy. Also along the way, you can find resupply boxes in which you can pick up more grenades, some upgrades, and also generally what you'll find is a box full of alien goo. Now, obviously, as I say, you need alien goo to upgrade things, so the more of it you pick up, the better. Also, along the way, you're looking for, like, a sort of door that goes further down into the hive, but every now and then you will find a door which is actually braced with metal. Now, inside these metal-rimmed doors, you can actually find 2 things. You'll either find a challenge, which is usually a set of jumps you have to make without the aid of your hovering jets, or you will find a path that leads you onwards, and then you'll find some sort of civilian, usually a scientist or an engineer, who you then rescue, and you get a small goo reward for releasing, as well as picking up one of the upgrade crates full of goo, and usually an upgrade as well. So, this game, how do I find it? I like this game. I really do like this game. This is the type of game that I'm really into, and I like its respawn system. The respawn system is tied to your backpack. Basically, as long as your backpack survives, you're able to constantly respawn, but as soon as you either lose the backpack or it's destroyed, then that's it. You're out of respawns and you have no more lives if you die. And I think it's actually a pretty damn unique mechanism, especially because the backpack you can actually move while you are technically dead, waiting for respawn. And if you have your telefrag on, then obviously you can position it in a nice place to clear out a nice bunch of enemies if that was what was killing you in the first place. I also just kind of enjoy the fast-pacedness of it. This would probably be a game that I would enjoy playing with friends because, well, this is exactly the type of game that you're going to have fun with, watching each other's back or sometimes just dicking each other over. Unfortunately, I haven't managed to play multiplayer, but at the moment, one of my colleagues is thinking about getting it, so maybe I'll be able to do some multiplayer later on and you'll be able to find out about that. But no, I really enjoyed this game. To be honest, I can't really think of anything negative. I mean, okay, maybe the gameplay would get a little bit repetitive after a while, but I can overlook that because this is a genre of game I really like, and I know that in the past I've kind of gone to town on some games for not improvising or doing much with a genre outside the usual. Hive Jump maybe doesn't do too much outside the usual, but to be honest, I kind of enjoy this genre, and it's very fast-paced, and the procedurally generated levels just make it fun for me. And the backpack respawn system, I consider to be different enough from other games of this type that, to be honest, any repetitiveness that might come up, I don't really care about. I mean, I'd probably have to play it for many, many hours before I felt like anything repetitive was going on. So yes, that was Hive Jump, developed and published by Graphite Labs. I am the Predicted Cyborg. I hope you have enjoyed. This has been a indie game review for the Sanitarium.FM. Remember, tune in to our radio station for radio shows. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more videos like this one. And join us in our Discord and on our social networks for all the news and updates coming from the Sanitarium.FM. I'm the Predicted Cyborg, and I will see you for another video. Bye bye.